And we're live.
Welcome to A.M.O.K.
And we have such a big image of Adrian.
What? Just me?
No, it's not just you.
I don't.
It's all about you, Adrian.
I'm Max Headroom again, ain't I?
You were for a minute. Well, because he starts off with the sides, with the black sides on it, and then he widens the screen, and when he does, it's like, vroom, big close up.
It's not me.
It's all you.
I'm getting moved around now on this.
Yep, you're getting moved around right now because I'm fixing your image.
Extreme close up. So.
What's up, everybody?
We're already getting laughter out there.
We are. Oh my gosh, now Ken is all huge. What the hell happened to my... Oh, heck. What the heck happened to my...
You're huge, Ken.
You're huge, Ken. You're famous.
I can't even back up.
That's okay. I got you.
If I back up, I'll end up in a...
There's only half of me.
formation.
I'll take care of it. I got this.
Jason's going to be in Alaska if he moves
here. I was prepared, and now I'm not prepared.
But we are live.
We are live. What's up, everybody? How are y'all tonight? Tonight is
Hey, Grumpy. Hey, Grumpy, how you doing?
What's up, Grumpy? Our I don't know, our friend from Scotland. I couldn't say words. Words were eluding me.
Words are hard.
We're here tonight with one of my good buddies that's helped me a lot in the paranormal and has helped me find a lot of people, such as Pam,
Yay.
Jason, the ghost guy.
Hi.
Hey, Jason.
Don't you hear the crowds going wild?
Yeah, that was my noise.
I'm sorry. How have you been? Your gas.
Yeah. I've been good. I haven't really done a whole lot of ghost hunting lately, but
all right, show's over. Bye.
All right, so y'all have a great one. It was nice talking. Just work, school, kids, wife, just life. Been doing that stuff.
Well, you got out of the prison. That was the one thing.
Yeah.
You're kicking butt in school, though.
Yeah, you are. So proud of you on that.
That last math class was more my wife, but I did type a lot of it, but I'm not good at math, and the name quantitative analysis, if that doesn't sound hard itself, then I don't know what does. But that was a hard class. And,
glad I didn't have that class because I would have flunked it the first day.
Yeah, I'd be calling Crystal too.
Help!
If I can do it with my fingers and forget it, I'm like, quantitative what?
Yeah. There were days where she'd sit here beside me, and I'd be looking at a problem. And I'd go, okay, how do I do this? Because I'm a logical person. You can't just take a number from here and put it over here and make this whole thing work. And I'm like, how does this work? And she'd be like, some of those I don't know. And I'm like, what am I going to do? They don't have a calculator for this stuff. So yeah.
You go, hey, Google.
Yep. Hey Google, how do I do
ChatGPT?
Want to whatever.
ChatGPT was wrong more than it was right.
That's scary.
I said, hey Google, my phone started trying to help me.
Leslie on YouTube said when she saw your name, Jason, she was like, seriously, they got the actor on the show? I was like, Martin Vandelay.
Yeah, I get that at work all the time. I got a lot of people that were born in the 70s and 80s that I work with at the help desk, and every time I have to get on their computer, it pops up my name, and they're like, oh, the actor? And I'm like, I mean, I resemble a guy. I'm short, fat, and bald. And I've got a sunny disposition. So.
Sunny disposition. Yes, you do.
I've been in a few videos.
Yes, Adrian is famous.
No, do OnlyFans count?
OnlyFans. Oh no, Adrian. Did you tell Tina about this?
Friends only.
Oh, friends. Oh.
Friends only.
Mine's been on farmersonly.com. So.
Well, what we're chit chatting right now, but Jason is very interesting to say, because not only does he dabble in the paranormal, but he's also, I know I'm going to bring your non-religion into this, because a lot of people have questions about how an atheist could believe in ghosts.
Well, why wouldn't they?
Because they're not supposed to believe in everything and anything.
Well, it's if we want to start there, let's go for it.
We can start there and then work our way into the investigation, because I want you to tell us how you came into the paranormal and how you came into your non-religion religion that thing.
Yeah. Well, let's just start. I haven't always been an atheist, and that's where I usually start. And I used to not have such a problem with trying to split my Christianity and my ghost hunting and feel how that was gonna jive together. Like, people are gonna look down on me because I'm Christian and I'm ghost hunting. But I did always try to bring, Christianity type ghost hunting into it, where I'd go to a house. I didn't do blessings myself, but we'd bring somebody in to do blessings. It was just, we tried to do things that way. Well, I had a lot of time to do research, and I was wanting to be into demonology. And this is kind of jumping the gun, but studying demonology, I'm one of those people that I jump down rabbit holes like horribly. And so I was like, well, okay, so demons. And then I started looking, where did demons come from? Where was the first time demons were in the Bible? Where was this? Where was that? Anyway, you get to looking at so many different religions, and it's apparent they're all about the same, which doesn't cause a problem, but it was causing a problem in my head. And then it was just easier for me at that point to say, you're an atheist. You have questions. You need answers. It doesn't mean that you can't believe in it. It just means you need proof for it. So that's what an atheist should be doing, instead of going and attacking Christians or other people's beliefs. They should be, working with them to try to find proof. And if there's proof, right, then I'll believe. So it's not really I'll never believe, but it's, I need proof. I need help there. So that's the part of atheism I'm in. Two, how I started in ghost hunting to begin with was, I watched the Ghost Hunters, when they first came out, and me and my ex-wife, we'd watch it every time it was on. And then I went out and bought a voice recorder. Well, me and her got a divorce. Well, then a couple years later, I met
You got a divorce over the voice recorder?
No, just more of.
Okay.
Can I cuss?
Adrian.
I'm a butthole.
Okay.
And, so that's why she left me. But no, I had this voice recorder, and I've had it for a long time. Well, I met my current wife. We've been together, I'm sure, more than I'm saying, 12 or 13 years now. Anyway, but when we got together,
he's a saint.
I told her, I said, I have this voice recorder, and I wanted to ghost hunt, but I've never had the nerve to really do it. She's like, we ought to just do it. Okay. So we made a page, Bartlesville Paranormal Investigators, and we got a couple guys. We'd go out to cemeteries with permission and do some ghost hunts, and caught some cool evidence. And it was like, this is great. So then from there, it led to doing homes and studying more and stuff. It was just a big thing for a while. Like, I was almost a celebrity. People'd see me, but there were times where things happened, and it made a bad name for myself and the group, just because I had a beef with another group, and it just kind of spiraled out of control. I lost passion. I gave the group to somebody else, and now I've got the old original page back and turned it into a research page. So
nice.
Now I'm doing research, and the reason why I do this and can do this, even being an atheist, is because there have been scientific studies that have said that the consciousness can live
Yep.
outside or longer than the human is alive or seen to be alive. So in that case, I believe that there is something to hauntings, and I go by the ghost guy, but it's that was just a name somebody gave me one day and it stuck. So, but really, it's more of I believe in that consciousness, that energy that's in your head that I don't know if it can live or die. I mean, as I've been told, you can't create or destroy energy, and it's there. A buddy of mine, we were on the way to a case one day, and we got to thinking about why do some homes I get my name called, but then another home I'll get the same voice with my name being called. We got to thinking, well, what could cause that? And we got to thinking about the spirit world, even psychics and everything. This would work out for that, but the spirit world being more like the Force, like a Star Wars, or Star Trek, whatever it is.
Star Wars.
I know, I'm just
Star Wars. Jason, get it right.
So for me to go to one house and get this voice that sounds distinct sound, and then go to another house and get that same voice that has the same distinct sound. Well, that, or is it possible that since it's all there, it's all above us, it's all around us, that it felt comfortable with me and it would talk again? The reason why we went to this theory was because psychics supposedly, like, I'm not a big fan of psychics, but supposedly they can talk to the spirit world. But how do they connect? Well, there's been studies with these aura cameras where you can see like their aura is getting closer to the person they're trying to read, things like that. Well, what's to say it's not connecting with this collective of spirits above us, or consciousness is above us, and that's how they get their information. But it's just, there's a lot of theories out there, and I always tell people, I'm not an expert. Nobody's an expert.
No.
There's a lot of opinions. There's a lot of things that still need proven, but just because I'm an atheist doesn't mean I don't believe in things, because I've been doing this now for 12 or 13 years, but before, my first wife can tell you that I could not get up at night and go to the bathroom by myself.
Oh,
that's how scared I was.
Scared of the dark.
Scared of the dark, scared of a lot of things that when I was a kid, a lot of things happened around the house that we were raised in. And I actually got the chance, once I started doing the ghost hunting, to go back to that house, and we actually caught a few pretty good EVPs from there that were just kind of crazy, and it kind of made me think I was doing the right thing by doing what I was doing. Now, granted, I don't do hunts anymore for people, unfortunately, because me and people don't get along. But I do.
He gets along with people. Just people have to get to know him.
Well, you've got to think, and everybody listening, if you ever call a group out to do an investigation, we have lives outside of this. We don't ask for money. We don't do anything we do for money. And we're trying to help you. But everybody at some point gets irritated with me because I'm not doing it fast enough. I'm the kind of person, I'm a control freak. I'll go through all my evidence myself, and it could take me a week. It could take me longer.
We get at least 2 weeks from the time we do the investigation.
Yeah.
You talk about being a control freak. We're the same way. I say we, me and my wife, because she completes me. What we'll do is, like, everybody's recording. Well, I'm listening to my recorder. I'm listening to two of my recorders because I always have two that I run. And then I match anything that I've got, anything that you mark up against not only my recorder, my other recorder, but Tina's recorder, then Robin's recorder, and then Ron's recorder, and then Red's recorder. And there, if we have 15 people, I got to do with every single hash mark. I go to do that. So it takes a long time to do that.
Yeah.
And of course, then throwing video. Good Lord, I hate it when I have to do video. I like it when I don't need to do video.
Yeah. Me too.
I got rid of my DVR.
Right?
But
I
no,
still
I
have
totally get
mine.
being a control freak. Yeah. And yeah, people want you to do this right away. It's like, no, I got a full-time job. This isn't my job. This is a hobby.
Oh, I'll tell them point blank before I even do the investigation. Okay. I'm going to tell you up front. I'm a mom. Not only am I a mom, I'm a mom of a teenager and a child. Plus, I have a full-time job, a podcast. So, it may take a couple of months before you get anything. And yeah, I have a team, and the teams, they have lives too. We don't do it for money. We do it for free on our own time. But we do want to help people, and that's what we try to do. We try to get in as much as we can at the time. And if we don't get anything, then we'll tell them, we at this point in time, we don't have anything, even though we may still have an hour left of sound. Well, we will go back to it eventually. But if we haven't found anything, any kind of iota in like 8 hours of the time we've been there, it's probably likely we don't have anything.
Well, see, that's the crazy thing about it. You're scouring over hours of and to possibly catch a 3-second EVP.
Exactly.
If it's 3 seconds.
For one night of being there. And you never know when that activity is going to happen. It could happen whenever. I'm not saying your house may not be haunted, just saying we didn't catch anything at the time.
Well, that's the thing we have to say. We tell people, just because we didn't get any information doesn't necessarily mean that it's not haunted. I mean, and we always set it up because in my team, investigating is actually the last resort, because we go and talk and try to explain, because we want people to be comfortable where they're at.
Yeah.
And then you want me to investigate? What do you want out of that investigation? Because do you know you're haunted already? Or what are you wanting out of that? And most times, most people are like, I just want it gone. So then we move on to that direction. So,
yeah.
But
a lot of people
Jason,
just feel like they're crazy though.
If you don't have your DVR anymore, what kind of equipment do you use?
I have a night shot Sony Handycam that I use. I use my Blue Snowball microphone for my EVPs. I got a Zoom voice recorder I use.
Which Zoom do you got?
The H4, I think it is.
H4, yeah, and
he's disappeared into the nothingness.
Well, it's above me, but I can't read it. But it's a H something Pro.
Yeah,
it's got the cool microphones that do that.
I got the H2N. I can't say enough about the Zoom recorders. They are fantastic.
Yeah, like some of the EVPs I sent.
You can't sneak apart with the Zoom recorder. I mean, everybody hear it.
Some of the ones I sent to Shauna was for the show tonight. You'll hear the sound quality is horrible, but a lot of the ones I sent her were from back in the day when I used my little RCA little voice recorder, but it caught quite a bit of stuff. But yeah, the sound quality is horrible compared to nowadays, where I can listen to a totally quiet background noise and it's just like you could hear a pin drop. It's great.
Yep.
Cool.
I've got some of your stuff up, but I got it on the Audition, so I can up the volume if I need to.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready, we can let one go, and then we can come back to another one later. And
I'll tell you what, you ought to play those. We can talk about that basement one, the one that says my name first.
Oh God, yeah, that one was. Whew. All right, let me share.
Wait, hold on.
While you're getting.
Okay, hang on.
We have a question.
I'm getting prepared.
Okay. Did you see it, Pam?
Yeah.
Somebody was asking, with so many years of reviewing recordings, do you find that you just know when you hear the spirit or a spirit?
I never know anything, but that's my skeptic nature coming out.
Yeah. She's asking the ghost guy.
I'm not.
Well,
sorry, Adrian.
I don't
eat worms.
Oh.
Here, just drop off the stream for a minute. Sean will be okay. Anyway,
No.
so to answer the question, no, you don't just know. Honestly, the biggest reason I kind of quit doing the team thing is because there was so much contamination that you just never knew who was talking or if it was somebody talking. You just don't know. And if you have too many people there, you have to throw out a lot of it.
Yep.
There's a couple that I did have that if it hadn't been for the fact that I kind of knew where everybody was at that point, I wouldn't have even considered it paranormal at that. But no, a lot of times, if there's a lot of people there, you do let your group listen to it. Now, did anybody say this or did anybody do this? And, you know, a lot of my evidence got, like, I have half of what I thought I did because it was somebody sneezed or somebody whispered or something like that. So no, you listen to it, then you dissect it and you try to figure out if it was something or somebody. Most of the time it was somebody else. You just have to deal with that. But the ones you catch that are just like the one you're going to hear in a few, we were all talking in the background. There were only 4 of us there, me and 3 other guys, or girl and guy, but we didn't hear this voice that came through, and it was you would have heard it. And I should have cut more of the time, but back in the day I didn't think about needing the front and the beginning of what was going on. So some of these are short, but it was a definite voice we didn't hear while we were there. That one, cool, paranormal. But other ones, it's like, That's why I don't post a lot of evidence on my page, and it's because I'm skeptical, and I tear my stuff apart pretty bad before I even get it out there. So I don't want anybody else to do it to me.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay.
I will play this real quick if y'all'd like. And I will play it normal and then I'll play it again at a louder decibel.
There goes the cord when it tapped down.
All right.
Yep.
Wow.
Is that right at the end?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a Jason, didn't it?
Yeah. So the story behind this place is I used to be a delivery driver, and this guy had rented some stuff from us before, and he had known me from something else, but he said, you still ghost hunt, don't you? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I've got this basement that I think I got a demon in it. I'm like, okay.
Jump straight to demon.
Yeah. I was like, well, what makes you think it's a demon? And he said, well, I've done several recordings down here, and it just sounds like a really raspy spirit voice that it makes me think it's a demon, and it makes me feel bad to be down here. Like, I don't like being down in my basement. And I said, well, even then I knew, well, you know, if you give it attention, it's gonna give you attention. Just if you don't want to mess with it and you don't want it to mess with you, then just stop messing with it. And he's like, well, would you be okay coming in one night and doing an investigation? I was like, yeah, I can do that. So we went over. I had me, my buddy Jeremy, and then a husband and wife investigator. Huh?
Sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. So there was 4 of us in total there, and we were all 4 in that basement, and you can hear the woman that was with us talking, and then you hear this voice just come over everything. We didn't hear it, and I had gone over video, like it didn't come out on my video that I had in that same room, so it didn't come through that, but it did come through a recorder, and at that point, after not being able to find anything that caused it, I considered that paranormal. And I took it personal. I was like, why is whatever here calling me out? So I went back at one point, and I think I lost the evidence I had, but I didn't get anything near as evil sounding. But it was a pretty cool investigation. It was after they had moved out, so he was letting us do this before he got it sold. And I'm wondering if whatever they had wasn't attached to them, because he did say that they started having issues at the new house. So it's
Very
possible.
well could be.
Yeah, it was possible it wasn't even calling me out per se. I think I had asked at one point, can you tell us our names, or do you know our names? And it just seemed like it might have been a delay, maybe 30 or 45-minute delay, but it knew who I was, and I didn't understand why. But yeah.
Mm.
Well, I have my theories on that. Yeah, you know, as far as calling names or stuff, have you in all your many investigations, have you ever had a answer to a question before you asked it?
Yeah, I've
Okay.
actually.
So I'm thinking, and this is just, I mean, I don't know, because I'm still living. I don't know these things, but it seems like when you think that ghosts are energy of some sort, right?
Mhm.
We are energy just encapsulated by this meat sack that we're in, right? But everything that we do, every action that we take, every movement we make, and every word that we say first starts in the brain, which starts at an energy peak. And so when you think of a question before you speak a question, they've already heard it because they're way ahead of you.
Yeah.
So yes, I think they know what we're going to ask. They know what we're thinking. They know what's going on because our minds are constantly going. But that's just what I think. I don't know.
Yeah, a song came to mind when you were saying all that.
I partied just a little too much when I was younger. I don't know.
LSD. I need to get me some of that. No.
Yeah, I do agree that it's telepathy basically.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So I've had that experience quite a few times where I'm thinking of a question, all of a sudden, poof, I get an answer. I'm like, I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So you're probably.
Interesting. Well, if there's the theory that there is a conscious collective, if we're all tapped into the same thing.
Yeah. And as far as calling you out or what, they knew me or knew this, I think they do. So it's weird, but I mean, yeah, you can continue on. I just had to interject.
No, so I think I had another one from that same basement. I don't remember what I sent you. I'd have to look, but did I have a title on it?
The one in the basement?
Yeah.
Yeah, it said speaks my name, Jason.
Well, then there were two from that basement, I think.
There's one that says speaks my name, Jason. How many do you want?
Ooh, that's a freaky one.
Yeah, that is.
And then,
EVP Memorial Park, and then the Ghost Box Boy.
Okay, then maybe that one was the only one out of that basement. Okay, so yeah, the how many of us do you want and the Ghost Box one are from one specific house. And the funny thing about this house was we were all joking around. We didn't think this. We thought these people were on drugs. They didn't have a ghost. They were on drugs. And we caught so much stuff out of that house that it was crazy. I honestly, if I had a chance, I would have gone back there just by myself, just so I could verify 100% that these voices were ghosts. But the one I caught, the one that says, how many of us do you want? I cut out the beginning part when I asked the question because I get tongue-tied really easy.
Tongue-tied.
That's a good example.
So I asked how many of you are here. Said how many of you are here, but I said it in a weird, goofed up way, so I cut that out. But it does respond, how many of us do you want? And it's funny because it sounds like a chick. That I think it actually made my my wife jealous to hear it. So don't know. If you want to play that one, it's pretty good. You'll probably have to turn it up a little bit, but
All right, I'll turn
We
it up
didn't hear
just a little bit. Hopefully, it's not too loud.
yeah.
I'll play it one more time.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That was
That's sexy voice too, right?
that's what I'm
What
saying.
do you want?
It was
like, oh.
all of us were sitting down. We were all quiet. We were asking our questions. That came out. We didn't hear it while we were there. It was something that if I had not been listening really intently, I would have probably missed it. It was, I don't alter any of this stuff. Once I don't make less background noise. I don't turn it up. It's just that's what I caught. That's the raw of what I caught. So the
Yeah, he's not like me. I'm deaf. I have to turn it up.
the next one.
When I give my clients 2 copies, one unaltered, and then one where I tried to alter it so they can hear. So they can, because sometimes they're super faint. They're like, what's that?
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have to do nothing. You just are like, there it is. There you go.
Yep.
Well, the ghost box that says boy, that one's a good one because I didn't believe in ghost boxes. I don't like ghost boxes. And this is the one we made ourselves from the Frank's box design from Radio Shack.
Oh.
Well, anyway.
Oh God! Before they sold all out of them.
Yeah, or changed the innards so you couldn't do it anymore.
Shack hack.
Yeah, they fixed it where you couldn't. But this was so crazy. The ghost box there, like I sneezed, and I should have sent you that one, but it's just it was hard to hear because there were people talking behind it. But I literally sneezed or coughed or something, and you hear it say, it sounded like it said Gesundheit, like the whole word Gesundheit.
Oh wow!
I was like, yeah, if that one sounded better, I would send it. But the boy one, we were asking what sex it was, and it responded. If you want to play that one's pretty
okay.
Pretty cool.
Are you male or female?
Boy,
I mean,
yeah.
it was.
It wanted you to know,
Nice,
boy.
yeah.
And it was an intelligent response. It's like, have I gotten that many or that cool of a response from any other place? No. Using that box, it was more of a hindrance because a lot of times you wouldn't catch anything, but you didn't hear any radio stations or anything coming through this. We literally had busted the antenna off the thing, so it wouldn't pick it up. And then we would ask several questions. Like my wife, she wasn't talking, so we told her to say hi, and as soon as she said hi, it came back hi, and it was like that. It was talking to us through that. Now we couldn't carry a conversation, like it stopped responding after a while, but it was like that house, that time, that spirit box worked. Everywhere else I've ever used it, I haven't had very good luck with it. But but you better believe we all had our hair standing on end when we heard that thing say boy, like that was intelligent. It was actually responding to us.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
And I don't remember what else I sent you.
You sent me the EVP Memorial Park.
Yeah, I think this is the one. Yeah. So you can listen to it, and you guys can tell me what you think it says. But this was me, my wife, and one other guy. The guy that was with us was totally across the cemetery. And me and the wife were talking about something I can't remember, but it was basically responding to her, what she had said, and I can't remember for the life of me what she said. But yeah, it's kind of quiet and it's kind of in there, but
I did turn it up some.
All right, we'll see what you can do.
Oh wait, that was the one I altered. Hang on.
I was like,
we don't want that one.
Awkward.
We don't want that one. Undo. Well, let me just delete that one and bring in the other one. No, don't save. Do not save that one. Oh my gosh.
Oh no, I'm losing the stream. Just kidding.
Yep. Sorry. All right. Oh, this one is it. This one is it. Let me turn it up some. All right.
Now it's kind of hard to hear.
You can hear you talking, and I can hear the whispering.
Yeah.
So my wife had said something.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Go ahead.
We believe what it said was we put each other in here because it was a husband and wife grave that we were at.
Oh.
And if you on my computer I can hear it really good, but it sounded like it said we put each other in here.
Well, let me turn it up some more. Watch your ears, yo. Oh, yeah.
So,
wow, you got some good ears.
Yeah. Well, back in the day, like I said, that voice recorder was what you heard, all that background noise. It was horrible to go through it because my ears would be bleeding by the time I was done. It was very loud because I had to turn it up quite loud, even though I'm not as deaf as Shauna. It still would miss me if I didn't have it up a little bit. But yeah, that one was one of my very first EVPs that I had caught. That's what started my fire when we went out there. We had so Memorial Park is here in Bartlesville, and we actually had permission to be out there because my wife's grandma was the manager of the place, so we could go out there. And we actually could go out there anytime we wanted. We went out there a few times. But when you get to thinking about cemeteries, it's like some people could find it disrespectful. And I get that. And to me, it's not disrespectful. My grandma's out there. You go out there and visit your family members. You're doing what we're doing. We're just running a recorder while we do it. So, yeah. And you better believe I did try to talk to my grandma. It's just weird. Any spirit that was related to me, I have not any contact with. And my mom, she's sitting up here on the shelf right beside me. And I've tried a Ouija board. I've done all kinds of stuff just to get a response. Because she always said, if I die, I'll help you out. I'll be your test subject. And I was like, cool. And then she died. And then I haven't heard from her. So
we always tell our team members, if you die, speak directly into the mic. That's part of the rules.
Well, we got to think.
That's part of the rules. No, so that leads me to a question here. Because you talk about talking to this individual or that individual. Do you think that you can trust the spirit world?
Well, yeah. Considering that I don't have the shackles of religion per se to make me think that I'm talking to something else, I trust it.
Okay.
It's not that I don't think that there's a ghost scammer that's trying to say it's somebody else. That's really not them. But for it to be something that's going to hurt me, no. I've done so many stupid experiments on my own that if something was going to hurt me, it would have hurt me. It got this bad. This is one reason why me and religion and ghost hunting kind of parted ways. People kept saying, it's because of what you're doing is why you're sick. I had diverticulitis. I have a blood disorder called hemochromatosis. I have all kinds of problems.
These were non-medical professionals saying that, correct?
Yeah, this is people just hopping on my page.
I can totally disagree with everything that you said right
there.
So that we're talking out, not out their mouth. Not heard sound coming from their mouth, but that's not where it was actually coming from.
Oh my gosh.
Well, they for some reason thought that all of this stuff I was doing in the ghost hunting world was causing my illnesses. And no, my mom, she died at 50 something, 60 something. I don't remember, but she was 50 something.
She was young.
She and she died from complications from her intestinal stuff. It was a bad deal. That's why I ended up getting surgery and getting mine taken care of. Been in really, really good health since then.
Good deal.
Yay.
Yeah.
Except for I've gained like 20 pounds, but whatever.
Oh gosh, Jason, you look great compared to what you look like on that hospital bed.
Well,
yeah, for sure.
The very first problem I had that saddle pulmonary embolism. That was the closest I had been to dying in my whole life.
You had a saddle PE.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. Well,
yeah.
Well, glad to see you.
Yeah. They kept telling me it was the Widowmaker, and
I'm a CT tech.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, get this guy out of here.
They sent me to Tulsa when they found out what I had, because they couldn't treat me, but I remember for a little bit when I was going back for that CT, I was like, if it's a good time probably to believe in something just in case. So I might have prayed a little bit, but it was kind of crazy. But yeah, so thinking of what people always have said, when you get close to death, you tend to be able to talk to spirits more. Things happen more. I can tell you from my experience, nothing. It's honestly not the first time that I've been. Well, it was the first time I'd been that close, but I've gone septic when I had my stomach problems and the surgery caused an infection. That was fairly close. I was pretty scared at that point, but even being to the point where when I got that embolism and stuff was starting to go black and I was able to keep myself awake.
Jason, how much proof do you need to know that there's miracles out there and God is watching over you?
A lot more. Well, because
you live.
It's like I told my wife, I said, if I'd have let myself just fall over like what was trying to happen, I would have probably died.
Yeah.
I was here alone with my son that was actually 5 years old at the time. So it was like,
oh my God.
In my mind, I'm like, something's wrong. I don't know what. Something's wrong because I needed to poop and now I'm on the floor. So it's like, something's wrong, but you cannot let yourself go out. And I fought going out and I was able to breathe little bits at a time. I got my son's attention. He brought me my water because sweat just poured off me. And I passed out a few times in the hospital because they kept telling me not to get up. They put me in the chair, but it was like easier for me to do. Yeah, I don't remember how I got in the chair half the time. But no, again, when I went out, when I did pass out at the hospital, there was nothing. I had no dream. I literally felt like I had closed my eyes. That lady said I was out for like 5 minutes and I nothing was there. And it just kind of made me question a lot more stuff. And
my cousin said that too.
Yeah, it's like, you don't know. Am I right? I don't know. Am I right to think there's nothing else, no magic man in the sky? Am I wrong? I don't know. But my pursuit of trying to find out what causes spirits, what causes things to happen in the spirit world, that will get me where I need to be before I die. Maybe. Well, depends on how soon that is, but that'll get me on the right path. It took me down the path I'm on now.
Yep.
So granted, if you're not a strong person in religion, which I felt like I was, don't start studying. Well, you can study demonology. Don't study everything else. Don't go down a rabbit hole.
Well, and see, that's what's so funny about it, because I had the different response because I'm a Christian, and that's the reason why I started ghost hunting, because I had a full body apparition in my house. So I really started looking, and the more I investigate, the more I believe, not the other way around. I do know several people who are strong Christians, and then they started ghost hunting, and now they're no longer Christians. And so, we all got our theories about that, but you're right. Don't get into this thinking you're gonna, I'm gonna go on there and I'm gonna go smite demons right now. because you'll get your backside handed to you.
Oh yeah,
without a doubt. But
definitely.
yeah,
Will.
no, I get it. I get it. There are times that I struggled just because paying attention to this and paying attention to that. And then you get lost, and then you think, okay, well, this isn't here. Why isn't this here? And because part of that was taken away. So anything to deal with spiritual warfare was taken out of our Bible through the Nicene Council. And so you don't know what all this stuff that we're supposed to actually be doing. And when you start getting into that stuff, you start understanding Jesus's ministry more and what we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to handle things. But a lot of people don't hear that.
No,
And
they don't.
And they don't get support from the pulpit. So you go to your church and whatever, and they're like, no, you're sick because you're doing a ghost.
Yeah. Or everything is a demon. So you're believing in ghosts and you're going out and hunting demons. And I'm like,
no, not it. No, that's not it. No,
and you're not supposed to do that.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And you're not in the pulpit, like you say, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
That's like, oh, that's bull.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like what they were sent out to do. Anyhow, but anyhow.
Exactly. That's what I tell people, Adrian. I know where you're going with that. and who came down? Oh my gosh, it was a ghost. It was a spirit. So anyway, yeah. We won't go into that tonight.
Yeah. Well,
so Jason, I mean, you've talked a little bit about some of the equipment that you use. Is there any type of equipment that's not mainstream in ghost hunting that you like to use?
I mean, I've not really. I mean, I'm sure there is a few things that I could. I mean, trigger objects are just they're something ghost hunters use, but it's just what you use as a trigger object. So no, those. But my biggest thing was I was trying to buy into all the ghost hunting equipment out there, and then you get to thinking, well, they have to build those to do something to make you want to buy more of their equipment. So what's to say they're screwing around with the programming? I mean, one reason why I started looking into going into programming and stuff, because I want to know what makes something work. I created my own, well, not created my own. I went off a design somebody else had made to make my own static detectors. I built them myself.
Cool.
It's just a simple little circuit, transistor, resistor crap. It was I made 2 or 3 of them. No, actually I made probably 5 of them. I had a ghost con here in Bartlesville at one point. I gave a couple away. And I've got 2 or 3 left, but they sent static. I mean, I took these out to Lavity Cemetery one night with my brother and his girlfriend at the time. And I had set it on a grave, and I actually built mine with these big 3-foot, 4-foot long antennas. And I set it on top of one of the graves, and we stood probably about 10 feet back. Well, I was going to play with them because they were scared. I had a plastic bag in my pocket that I had it crumpled up where it didn't make a whole lot of noise, and I was rubbing it on my jeans. And when you raise your hand up, that thing would pick it up the static, and it would start lighting up. Nice. And so I was doing this, and right as I went to do it, something like a bright light came down, it hit the antenna, and then shot back up in the air. Ooh. And I was like, what was that? And I'm like, I caught that on camera. And I go to my camera, and it's in demo mode. I forgot to start the damn thing. The whole point of this was to make them a video of them getting scared of nothing. Yeah. So therefore, I got scared, and
and you didn't get the evidence.
I didn't get it.
Darn it!
And anybody that's been to Lavity Graveyard knows that it's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, definitely
middle of nowhere. And
I actually have a cousin that runs cattle out in that area, and he's seen all kinds of crazy stuff. And he isn't a huge believer, but what he does say is the old timers that he talks to that have ran that land just say it's got bad juju.
Really?
Yeah.
That cemetery is great for paranormal investigating.
It is,
because it is right next to, like, the power substation is like right down from it. And those lines, you couldn't run an EMF detector
No.
out there because it was just crazy. Well, we went out there another time and we actually used the ghost box there. That's one other place where it actually worked. And we asked who was there, and it did come through and say Frank, which was the dad.
Yeah.
And it did come through, but that's the only thing we got there from it. But it is pretty powerful out there. Me and my wife tried to go one night by ourselves, and we heard something. It was, and I posted it on the page, and I asked somebody, "Do you know what the sound was?" We couldn't figure it out. It sounded like a guy yelling, like screaming, but there was nobody out there, and it was just a horrible sound. Somebody said it could have been a horse or a cow giving birth, something,
or a fox or
It
something.
was it was so loud, and there's a ravine or some kind of a valley behind that cemetery. I haven't been out there during the day, but I've heard that it's pretty far back there. So it's a crazy place, and if you want to start somebody out and
Yep.
train them, you could take them out there. I would
That's
just
where I
let
took them.
I would let the Osage County sheriff know
Yeah.
that you're
Yeah,
not going to
for
do
sure.
anything, and just, but always get permission. You go to cemeteries or
Yep.
anything. We did go to the house. We had permission. We actually also had one of our people on another team was a cop, so she was able to get our permission to go out there. We talked to the neighbors, let them know we'd be out there, and we caught a few things at that house, but it wasn't that really got us. When we were leaving, we couldn't find our trail that we had made with little tacks that lit up.
Oh.
We couldn't find them. They made it during the daytime, and we could not find them. So we ended up lost out in this field. We didn't know where we were. We start hearing horses running at us.
Ah.
It sounded like they were right beside us and stopped, and there were no horses. Finally, after we kind of made our way around this whole property, we did see horses, but they were way far from where we heard this sound. So it was like,
There's a lot of crazy stuff out in that area.
Oh, there
It
is.
was.
Well, that's close to the Crybaby Bridge that I was talking about too, where I saw the apparition over the dam.
yeah.
And yeah, that was I don't know if I ever told you about that, Jason.
No.
Oh, yeah, we were going out to Crybaby Bridge one night, Crybaby Bridge, and
One of them.
one of them. And while we were going over that dam, an apparition ran right out in front of the van, and I'm like, "Ugh, I've been wanting to get a camera for the van forever just to film everything that's going on around us, right?"
Yeah.
One time I have it facing the inside of the car instead of
Oh,
outside the
man.
car, but
Yeah.
I saw it and Dustin saw it and Kelly saw it, so it was interesting because we all three just paused because we were talking and just kind of looked at each other and looked back outside and looked at each other, and at the same time, did you see that?
Wow.
We used to go out there all the time when we were in high school. And was it smart? No. But did we see all kinds of crazy stuff? Yes, we did.
I think that place, just that whole area at night just seemed, and I guess it's more the feeling since it's out in the middle of nowhere. You
Don't
feel,
know.
Well, did you ever go to our test house with us?
No, I never got a chance to. When I was about to, you said he had sold it.
Yeah, he sold it. But that test house, I was setting up a camera, like I hadn't started it yet. But me and Martin were out there, and we were facing this camera down the hallway. And as we're doing it, I'm looking ahead over the camera, and I see somebody peek out. And then I'm like, "You see that?" He's like, "Yeah." And it just goes back. So I'm like, okay. So I turn the camera on at that point, and I go back there. We both go back there, and we look around. There's nobody in that room. Nobody in the closet. The windows are open, so thinking, well, we had some people outside, so maybe their shadow went across it. No, they stayed out. They went to the truck because it was cold. So it was like, we actually catch so much stuff that we don't get on video. Well, we don't catch it. We see so much stuff that we don't catch on video. It's just crazy. If you guys could actually see some of the stuff that happens on a setup,
Oh, yeah.
That's why you walk into a house or walk into a business, wherever you're investigating, turn on your voice recorder. I turn it on in the truck or in the car. I just turn it on, walk in. I run it while I'm questioning people. I run it, of course, while people are in the bathroom. It's great. We run it. Just a voice recorder, not a video. That came out wrong. We had some P.F. Chang stories before the stream, so don't think I'm weird. But anyway, but you run it the whole time, and you'll be amazed with how much you actually catch when we're talking to each other, how much will actually try to come through and talk over us. And
well, it's like when we went to that one place that we can't really say in Arkansas.
Yeah.
When we went there, we started our video and our digis the minute we started walking into the door. So yes, Adrian, he's been there too.
I already got my date set for this year. So
am I invited?
Huh?
Am I invited?
Well, I don't know.
Not yet.
You have to go find my devil star and all that stuff where I did my rituals. No, I'm just kidding.
You're talking about running your audio. We run our audio all the time too, and when we're doing before we go in, or we match all our audio at the same time, starts the investigation. But we run our audio when we're doing interviews with the clients as well. And I had this one place in Oklahoma. Most of my investigations were in Oklahoma. But and Tina was interviewing the lady who is in the house, and I was walking through, taking pictures of the house. And all throughout the audio that I was running, you could hear Tina and the lady conversation because they're at the other side of the house, but there was somebody walking along with me whistling.
Nice.
And it's pretty. It's just one of those things. So yeah, we always run our audio because you never know.
No.
We'll run audio during setup, and then we'll stop it, and then we'll start again for actual investigation.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the best thing to do.
Practice.
And I've been trying to tell this to other groups out there because I find that you get a ghost hunting group in there, things are gonna get worse after the investigation. Yeah. It's just gonna get a little bit worse. What I've started telling people is, you live there. Surely you have a recorder of some kind. You want me to come investigate? I want you to feel safe in your home. So first, why don't you record? Just set it up, record it all night and all day, and then send me the stuff, and I'll go through it. I don't have to come out there to ghost hunt. You don't have to go to these people's house. You want more recorders and stuff? If you trust the people, you can leave them a few just to record for you. But if you really want to help people, I honestly have gotten to the point where we don't need to go in their homes. They have the equipment, and we can go through it for them and keep them, one, if there is something to worry about, keeps them safer because they're not bringing in outside people to stir up the stuff. And
the thing is, when you're not there, it's not a controlled environment, and the people are in there, and they're all talking. I don't know. I was just asleep, and all of a sudden, I get this voice. I listen to it. Eat your face. It must be a demon.
Most of the cases that I would suggest that on is child cases that involve kids and young children, and it's because, one, what if I'm wrong? I don't want to cause that to be worse. So no, if the people want to fake it, then sure, fake it. I'm not going to post your evidence online. So it's just going to be against you. I mean, you're going to be the only one with the problem.
Now,
I'm not going to think it's real.
When it comes to children, I have two things that I think of with children. Yes, send me the stuff first, like Jason suggested, and go ahead and send that in. But if you hear something that's on that audio that doesn't seem particularly right, go investigate at the house, because you would be surprised I mean, I've been to a house where they pretty much had a sex dungeon in their bedroom and they left the door open all the time and there was kids running around everywhere and it was like, what are you doing? So, I mean, not saying you should do that to report them, but do that to make sure the kids are safe and kids are okay. Yeah. I'm not a Karen. I'm not somebody that's going to go out there and no offense, Karen. I'm sorry. I'm not the type that's going to sit there and cause trouble when there's no trouble to be caused, but I am a mama bear. And when it comes to children and children are getting harmed, I'm going to investigate it a little bit more.
Yeah. No, I get it. It's like, honestly, with me backing down from ghost hunting, it's like you're here. I don't know if Martin still does it, but there's groups all around Bartlesville, Oklahoma. It's like, I'm good to just back off. And then if somebody really wants either debunked or me to check it out, that's a really active case, I'll do that. Like, you can always call me if it's like something you think is going to be horribly going wrong at this place. I'll go. But it's like, the best thing to do is to let them trust people. It's horrible to say, but you got to trust people to do the right thing. And if they really are having a problem and they really want to know what they have, they will give you sufficient footage to go through and try to find evidence. And
they will. And some of them will actually be really good. Well, there are some that think, they're going to videotape it. So if they're going to videotape it, they're going to have me on the internet. And, that's all well and good too, but don't set up anything for it. Don't try to fake anything because 9 times out of 10, if you got a really good investigator that's going to actually investigate, they're going to debunk it.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But Jason, how can they reach you to send you that stuff?
You can email me at myhaunting@yahoo.com. You can actually also, the Ghost Guy page, you can message. Again, I'm not taking cases, but you can send me stuff to the Ghost Guy page. It's just the Ghost Guy. It has my face on it. I don't know what it has on there now, but
you look just like you.
So you can send stuff there, but myhaunting@yahoo has been my email since I started Bartlesville Paranormal. That page is now called Bartlesville Ghost Research Team. I do have a team of people. We've just not gotten together yet. I'm looking for a test building. I need a building that somebody is willing to let me have access to and maybe put cameras in to use when I want. So
we're gonna try to go to the Sally house at some point if you want to go with us.
Yeah, paying like $4,000 to go or something.
No.
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad.
Years ago.
$39.99 special price.
If somebody out there could buy me the old hospital here in Bartlesville,
oh my God, right?
That would be cool.
That would be so cool because
I would go through and make it a ghost research facility, and we would all have a place to go.
Well, I'm scheduled here in about a little over an hour to win the lottery. And,
awesome.
That'd be cool. Well, the reason they haven't sold it, I don't think, is because of the asbestos and stuff. But it can be cleaned out. Not only can it be cleaned out. That place, I mean, it even gives the one person that doesn't get the feels by it, the feels. That's how deep this place is. I mean, you go by and you have a feeling somebody's watching you out those windows. It is amazing, that place.
It is.
Cool.
My arm's detached.
Well, Jason, thank you for being my guest tonight on this show and for chit-chatting with us. Don't forget, next week, everybody, is Pam's turn.
Yes.
Who we got?
We've got Jason Roberts coming from Road Trip Paranormal out of Mays, Kansas.
Another Jason.
Another Jason, yeah.
We're great. That's all I can say.
And also, if you guys want to meet Jason Alexander, tonight's guest in person, he will be at Paracon in Caney in September 30th.
Yes.
So,
I'll probably stay the whole time. I'll probably stay the whole time this time.
Oh, will you? Will you? Because I didn't even know you'd left. I mean,
think last time I think we had to go because I did end up having to leave before the pictures, but I think it was like one of our kids something was going on. I can't
That's
remember.
right.
Oh, you did
Yeah.
tell me you left. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You did tell me you were leaving. I'm sorry.
And then I had
You'll be there.
Jessica.
Enthralled to meet me that you're gonna just stay.
I'll be like on top of you. I mean, over there by you and stuff.
That's funny.
Lord have mercy. Y'all are tripped. After that, after Pam's week is gonna be Adrian again.
Yes.
I'll be talking with Caroline Spear from our Fort Smith Museum of History and the stuff that goes on there and around town.
Nice. Ken, do you know who you're having the week after?
I think we do, but
To be announced.
It's not been confirmed yet.
Yes, actually, did I send you a thing that it
I
had been
believe
confirmed?
so. Yes. Was it?
Yeah, we're
Well,
good.
We're combining forces on 2 weeks.
Ah,
Yes.
sweet. So yes, keep in touch. Jason, if you know of anything that comes up soon, please let me know and I'll make sure to let everybody else know and we'll go from there.
We ought to throw something before the one at the end of the year, but just saying.
We should. I agree with you.
You're a project manager. You know how to do that stuff.
Do what, Adrian?
I said we're working on things.
Oh yeah, we are. We're working on
Yeah,
things.
we are working on some things.
We're working on things. So
You can take the GhostCon name if you want, because I like that name. It is GhostCon. It's about ghosts. So
yep, it
do it.
is. Well, thank you, Jason. We'll make sure to let you know if we plan to do something because you have a lot of of people around here. So
yeah, I might know of some maybe more celebrity types that are free that I trust more than other celebrities. I don't really trust a whole lot of celebrities, but there are some that I trust
That
a
one
little
right
bit
there
more
is
that I
one.
can bring in. So
oh,
it
Cool.
might if we can get a good enough date out, I can probably get it to work out. So let me know.
sweet. All right, we'll do. Thank you.
Not a problem. All right.
All right, until next week.
Yeah.
What, Adrian?
Yeah.
Next week, everybody.
Same
everyone.
bat time.
Same bat channel. See y'all later.
See y'all
you
at
guys.
church.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh.